Princess Leonor's historic coronation, Queen Sofia unexpected role revealed. The grand halls of Madrid, draped in royal banners. The world expecting a traditional coronation. But then, an unexpected figure steps forward. Queen Sofia, silent for years, now at the center of history. What role could she play that would change the future of Spain's crown forever? The day began with a sky painted in the pale gold of dawn, as the city of Madrid stirred to life. Streets around the royal palace were lined with thousands of citizens, journalists, and dignitaries from every corner of the globe. Princess Leonor, poised and composed, prepared for the moment generations had anticipated, her historic coronation. Cameras caught her every movement, but what they didn't expect was the quiet choreography unfolding behind the scenes. In the weeks leading up to this day, whispers had already begun. Queen Sofia, the grandmother who had guided Leonor through her childhood, was rumored to be playing a role far beyond that of a mere spectator. Yet no one knew how deep her involvement would be. Would she offer only her blessing, or something more? As the royal procession entered the cathedral, the atmosphere shifted. Guests described a palpable sense of anticipation, as if an unseen script was being followed. Leonor's eyes met Sofia's across the aisle. That glance alone hinted at a shared secret. To understand the magnitude of this moment, one must remember Queen Sofia's history. Born a princess of Greece and Denmark, she entered Spain's monarchy at a time of great change. She became a symbol of stability and tradition through decades of political and social shifts. It was she who shaped King Felipe's sense of duty. It was she who quietly mentored Leonor when the public wasn't looking. Could it be that her influence now extended into the coronation itself? When the moment of the crown arrived, it was not King Felipe nor the Archbishop who stepped forward first. It was Queen Sofia. Her hands, steady and elegant, held an ancient reliquary, a symbol not seen in public ceremonies for over a century. Gasps echoed through the hall. What did it mean? Later, palace insiders would reveal that Sofia had personally overseen the restoration of this reliquary, a relic from Spain's earliest queens. By presenting it at the coronation, she was publicly linking Leonor's future reign to centuries of female sovereignty. This was no mere tradition, it was a message. A message of continuity, empowerment, and subtle defiance of old patriarchal norms. Leonor accepted the relic with a small bow, and then, with the grace of a young monarch stepping into history, she placed it on the altar herself. This unexpected reversal, the princess taking an active role, guided by her grandmother, sent a shockwave through the audience. It wasn't just a coronation, it was a coronation rewritten. Behind the scenes, aides spoke of how deeply involved Queen Sofia had been in the ceremony's design. She had proposed including passages from the writings of Spain's first female regents. She had arranged for the music to blend traditional Spanish hymns with modern compositions chosen by Leonor herself. Every detail, from the embroidery on the banners to the floral arrangements, carried layers of symbolism, tradition and renewal, duty and freedom. As the ceremony continued, Leonor's composure never wavered. Yet when she spoke her vows, her voice trembled just slightly, not from fear, but from the enormity of the moment. She vowed to serve Spain with honor, to uphold its constitution, and to protect its people. She also invoked a phrase her grandmother had once whispered to her: "Lead with heart, reign with courage." The audience did not know the origin of the phrase, but those close to the family recognized it immediately. Then came another unexpected moment. Queen Sofia rose again, this time to stand beside Leonor as she received the crown. Instead of placing the crown upon her head, Sofia guided Leonor's hands to lift it herself. The symbolism was unmistakable, the young queen claiming her own authority, yet acknowledging the lineage from which she came. Reporters outside scrambled to explain what they had just witnessed. Was this a soft transfer of influence from the elder queen to the younger? Was it a carefully staged show of unity within the royal family? Or was it a quiet revolution in how Spain would see its monarchy in the decades ahead? Even foreign dignitaries seemed moved. Representatives from Denmark, the United Kingdom, and several European royal houses whispered about how the ceremony reflected a new kind of leadership, collaborative, female-centered, and steeped in historical consciousness. As the hours passed, details emerged about private moments between Leonor and Sofia in the weeks before the coronation. Palace insiders described late-night conversations in the Zarzuela Palace Library, where Sofia shared stories of her own arrival in Spain, the sacrifices she made, and the lessons she learned about balancing tradition with change. Leonor, they said, listened intently, taking notes in a small leather-bound book. That book, hidden under Leonor's arm during the coronation, was later revealed to contain her own handwritten reflections on leadership, family, and the people she would one day serve. The press began to call it, the Two Queens ceremony, a coronation unlike any before it. Commentators noted how Sofia's unexpected role did not diminish King Felipe's presence but rather elevated the narrative of continuity within the Spanish monarchy. By stepping into the spotlight one final time, Sofia was not overshadowing her granddaughter. She was, instead, handing her the torch in a way that only a matriarch could. Throughout the day, social media exploded. Clips of Sofia presenting the reliquary went viral. Hashtags trended worldwide. Young Spaniards, many of whom had felt disconnected from the monarchy, wrote about how the imagery of grandmother and granddaughter bridging centuries moved them deeply. International newspapers ran headlines about Spain's feminist coronation and a new era for the Spanish crown. The final scene of the ceremony sealed the emotional arc. After the crown was placed and the oaths sworn, Leonor and Sofia walked out of the cathedral side by side, their hands lightly touching. The cameras caught a rare, unguarded smile on Sofia's face, a smile of pride, relief, and perhaps a hint of farewell. For Leonor, it was the smile of destiny fulfilled and destiny begun. As the carriage rolled back to the palace, commentators speculated on what this would mean for Spain's future. Would Leonor continue to rely on her grandmother's counsel? Would Queen Sofia retreat into full retirement, content that her legacy was secured? Or would the partnership continue, shaping policy and public perception in ways not yet imagined? One thing was clear, this was no ordinary coronation. It was a moment crafted to tell a story, of heritage and progress, of family and state, of a monarchy willing to evolve while holding fast to its roots. And at the heart of it all was the bond between a young queen and the grandmother who had prepared her for this day. The world had come expecting a crown and a throne. Instead, they witnessed a living tapestry of Spain's past and future, woven together by two remarkable women. And as the bells of Madrid rang out over the city, one question lingered in every mind: if this is how Princess Leonor begins her reign, what extraordinary chapters lie ahead?